Germany, a nation once synonymous with precision, efficiency, and prosperity, is now facing a crisis of identity and security. For decades, Germany was the gold standard in Europe, a powerhouse of innovation, economic strength, and cultural influence. Known for its iconic engineering and industrial prowess, the country produced brands like BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and Siemens, which became symbols of reliability and excellence worldwide. Its cities, from Berlin's vibrant art scene to Munich's rich traditions, were magnets for tourists and business leaders alike. Politically, Germany was a beacon of stability and diplomacy, playing a central role in shaping European unity and global policies. However, in recent years, this sterling reputation has begun to tarnish. Once admired for its commitment to order and social harmony, Germany now finds itself grappling with mounting challenges that have eroded its standing on the world stage. Social confusion, rising crime rates, economic strain, and political polarization have cast a shadow over the nation's former glory. The Germany that was once seen as a bastion of progress and prosperity is now perceived by many as a country struggling to manage its internal crises. On December 20, 2024, an act of unspeakable violence shattered the festive atmosphere in Magdeburg. A 50-year-old Saudi national drove his car into a crowded Christmas market. 5 lives were lost, including a 9-year-old boy, and over 200 people were injured. The attack was not random. It was deliberate, calculated, and devastating. Families who had gathered to celebrate were instead left grieving, and a once joyous holiday tradition now carries an air of fear. This tragic event highlights a much larger problem facing Germany today: an alarming rise in violent crime. Over the past decade, the numbers have painted a bleak picture. In 2023 alone, there were 761 reported gang rapes. Nearly half of the suspects in these cases, 47%, were foreign nationals. Violent crime overall has surged, with foreign suspects involved in over 41% of cases. The victims, however, are predominantly German, 75% of them, to be exact. These statistics tell a grim story of a nation struggling to maintain its sense of safety and order. But crime is just one symptom of a deeper systemic issue. Germany has seen a massive influx of migrants and refugees since 2015. At the height of the migrant crisis, the country opened its borders to over 1 million people fleeing war and poverty. Initially hailed as a humanitarian success, this decision now reveals its unintended consequences. The resources required to integrate such a large population, housing, education, job training, were stretched too thin. Many newcomers were left without the tools they needed to succeed, creating pockets of economic and social isolation. These struggles are not limited to immigrants. Ordinary Germans are feeling the strain as well. Housing shortages are rampant, with rent prices in cities like Berlin and Munich skyrocketing. Many families are being pushed out of urban areas because they simply can't afford to live there anymore. Public services, from healthcare to education, are overwhelmed. Hospitals report longer wait times, while schools are struggling to accommodate growing, diverse classrooms. The economy, once the backbone of Germany's global reputation, is faltering. Inflation has hit record highs, and wages haven't kept up. Germany's manufacturing sector, traditionally a pillar of its economy, is under pressure from global competition and a shift toward greener technologies. While these changes are necessary, they've left many workers, particularly in industries like automotive manufacturing, feeling uncertain about their futures. The energy crisis, exacerbated by the conflict in Ukraine, has only worsened the situation. Germany's heavy reliance on Russian gas backfired, leaving the nation scrambling to secure alternative energy sources. The result? Soaring energy costs and an increase in the cost of living. Adding to the economic woes is Germany's troubled education system. Once hailed as a model of vocational training and academic excellence, the system is now under immense strain. Teacher shortages are widespread, and many schools lack the resources to provide quality education. A report in 2024 revealed that Germany ranks below the OECD average in mathematics and reading skills, a shocking decline for a nation that once prided itself on its educational prowess. Without significant reforms, the next generation could face even greater challenges in an increasingly competitive global job market. Germany's healthcare system is also in crisis. Overcrowded hospitals, overworked medical staff, and rising healthcare costs are leaving many citizens frustrated. The aging population is exacerbating these issues, with an ever-growing number of elderly patients requiring long-term care. Meanwhile, the influx of migrants has placed additional pressure on the system, creating a backlog of patients and reducing the quality of care. Transportation infrastructure, another area where Germany once excelled, is also deteriorating. The famed Deutsche Bahn, Germany's national railway, is plagued with delays, cancellations, and underinvestment. Commuters frequently complain about poor service and rising ticket prices, which only add to their frustrations. Germany's roads, too, are in need of repair, with potholes and crumbling bridges becoming increasingly common. The lack of investment in infrastructure is stark, especially for a country that once prided itself on engineering excellence. Environmental issues further complicate the picture. While Germany has positioned itself as a leader in combating climate change, the transition to renewable energy has not been smooth. Wind and solar farms face local opposition, and the decommissioning of nuclear power plants has left the country dependent on coal and imported energy. Air quality in urban areas has declined, and Germany is struggling to meet its own ambitious climate targets. These challenges undermine the nation's reputation as a global leader in sustainability. The cultural sector, too, is feeling the strain. Budget cuts to the arts have forced museums, theaters, and cultural institutions to scale back operations. Germany's rich cultural heritage, once a source of national pride, is now at risk of being neglected. Even Berlin, known for its vibrant arts scene, has seen a decline in funding for creative initiatives, leaving many artists and cultural workers struggling to make ends meet. Social cohesion, once a source of pride for Germany, is fraying. In some neighborhoods, cultural clashes have created tensions between longtime residents and newcomers. Reports of anti-immigrant sentiment are on the rise, and protests, both for and against stricter immigration policies, are becoming more frequent. The divide between urban and rural Germany is also growing, with rural communities feeling neglected and left behind in the face of rapid societal change. All of these challenges, the rise in crime, the strain on public resources, the economic pressures, the failing infrastructure, and the fraying social fabric, paint a troubling picture of a nation at a crossroads. Germany must decide what kind of country it wants to be. Will it continue to pursue an open, inclusive society despite the difficulties that come with it? Or will fear and division dictate its path forward? For now, the mood in Germany is one of uncertainty. The once strong pillars of security, prosperity, and social cohesion seem to be crumbling. And while there are glimmers of hope, community programs, innovative policies, and determined individuals working to make a difference, they often feel overshadowed by the enormity of the challenges ahead. Germany, a country that has rebuilt itself time and again, must find a way to rise above the difficulties it faces today. But as the recent Christmas market attack reminds us, the stakes are higher than ever. The decisions made now will shape the nation's future for decades to come. The question is, will Germany rise to the challenge, or will it continue its descent into uncertainty and division?